everyone, I thought I'd just come on and show you what we are using to teach our 4-year-old phonics. Just to give you a little bit of background, my 4-year-old isn't actually officially meant to start school until September, but we've already made the decision to home educate. So for us, we thought just a few little worksheets here and there. We mainly like to learn through play, but just to get a little bit of practice with drawing letters and maybe getting some little activities with sounds. We've bought a couple of little books and a few little workbooks and these like flashcards so that we can do like little games with her and we can start to work through some books. We've actually already completed an early phonics book and we haven't sat down and done the whole book in one day. We've just done little pages here and there where we've maybe had a couple of minutes or tried to get into a little bit of a routine of just doing like one sheet a day. We don't always do one sheet a day, but for instance, like this is the first one she did. And we're slowly seeing now, I think we've been doing it for maybe, when did we start this book? Oh, so the end of the December we started this book and we're now at, we're mid-February and we're slowly starting to see she's starting to say, what sound does the letter B make? And she'll say b, b, b. So we know something, we know we're progressing somewhere, but it's mainly about fun for us and just to get a little bit of routine for September, because I'd like there to be some structure to our day. I'm not particularly bothered on like, oh, you've got to sit down and do a worksheet, you know, from 9 till 3. I'm not into that. But if she could do just like one little worksheet maybe a day if possible, or every other day, and then play or learn through playing, I'm happy with that. So sorry, I've waffled a little bit, but we are currently using for our 4-year-old, they are called Scholastic. And what I like about these books is they're not hugely thick for a start. They are really nice visually, so they're nice and bright. So you can like just do one little section if you wanted. You don't have to do the whole page. And it gives you like little notes to say help your child to find the things that begin with the sound s. So, you know, it gives you little pieces of information if you're struggling how to maybe tell them what to do. This isn't the right way or wrong way, by the way, this is just what we're doing. And you also get like a little book in the back to finish. And you also get like a little bit of a reading practice so they can practice, you know, the first few little words, which is kind of good. So because I enjoyed it and so did Hazel enjoy this book so much, we decided to get the next book, which is, I believe, it's this one, which is just called Phonics, and it says age 4+, and you get a free book at the back of this one. I mean, and you also get little certificates, so that's quite nice. Once they've completed the book, you actually get a certificate, so you can, you know, say, well done, you've completed the book. And this morning she's just done about sounds B, and she did it really well. But yeah, they're nice, easy books to start, I think, anyway, or for us it is. What else have I got? Prior to even getting the books, I started off with a little tin. We wanted to learn a few words, and on a piece of paper I just wrote some really simple words like mum, dad, no, yes, dog, cat. I think I started off with 3 or 5 words for a week or two, and just seeing how she went with learning them. And she got them really quickly. We did quite easy ones. I think maybe she even recognised some of them before we've been teaching. She might have picked them up when we've been reading books and whatnot. So I added a couple of little words to a tin, and I'd say to her at the end of the week or into 2 weeks, when she knew those 5 words that were in the tin, I'd say, should we add 1 or 2 words to your tin this week? And she'd get to pick if it was 1 or 2 or whatever. So she's completely in control, well, to a certain extent, completely in control of her learning speed. And she'd pick, and we put like 1 or 2 in. We're now up to a good, well, there's a big chunk. Sometimes she forgets a couple, that's absolutely fine. We're learning. Learning is about making mistakes, is about forgetting and going back over stuff. I also bought the CGP Phonics flashcards. Hazel really liked learning ABC, and we had little wooden letters put them somewhere. And I remember we used to do it with her when she was a lot younger. And it was a game up in her bedroom before she went to bed, and she'd be like, we'd say, what's the letter? And she'd shout A, and then we'd carry on, put it in the bag and do the next one. And we've done similar things with this, like put it on the floor, put some music on, dance to a bit of music, stop the music, and stand on a letter and shout out what it is. Or little racing games, run to the end of the living room and pick up a card and shout what the sound is or the letter you've got. So they're quite handy for that sort of thing. When obviously you get the whole alphabet in there. Other stuff that I found good for maybe teaching or aiding to learn like phonics and reading are the Biff, Chip and Kipper books. Hazel really loves being read to, and she's really liked these storybooks. And we got these free actually off somebody else that was home educating, and a big thank you to them because these have been brilliant. And these are the first level, so you've got phonics level 1, and I think there's we haven't got all of them. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books. I think there's more than that even. I'm not 100% sure, with different titles, but there's some really good ones like letter sounds. And inside these books I like the fact that they give you little questions, like how many things can you find the picture that begins with U, R or H, so R and H, say the sounds that say the words. I mean, they're good little activities while you're reading, I think, anyway. So we're using those, and another really good reading book that's really simple actually are Bob books, and they're Scholastic, so the same brand as these, but they're so simple. So you've got Matt, and then really simple sentences like there's just one word there. Matt sat, Sam sat, Matt sat, Sam sat. And visually it's not like, I suppose, not too interesting, because I tend to find that Hazel will look at the picture and try and work out what the story's going on in the picture, which is all well and good, but sometimes you just want to say like, oh, what's this word, or can we sound this word out? So they've been great, and there's tons more than them. I've just got 2 down from the box upstairs. But we've got a little box, I think we get 10 or 12 in a pack. But I bought those off Amazon, and this says, they're in an order as well, so we've got set 1, book 1, and they come in different colours. I think you get red, green, blue in the pack or something like that, and there's like 3 red ones and so on. But they've been great for us. I also printed off these little sheets. I got these off Twinkle, but I suppose you could make your own in like Word or whatever. And I've had this out for the last week now, and after breakfast or after lunch or dinner or whenever, I've just kind of put it at the side and said, do you know any of the words on here? Can you point them out and tell me what they are? And she's done a few, or we've asked her and said, what does that say or whatever, and we went down the list. The one she hasn't said, that's absolutely fine, we sound it out with her and tell her. So that's been a good aid for learning. The sight word bingo, I think I've mentioned before, but that's a really good game. It's a learning resources game, and I'll quickly show you. So you've got all your words on a little spinner, and you've got your cards and some little counters. You obviously spin them to the word, and you see if you've got the word, and if you have, you put the counter on top. But what's also good about this is there's level 1, so you've got all the level 1 words, and then flipped over you've got level 2. So once they've mastered this lot, you can go on to the next stage. We're currently on level 1. And another thing that I didn't realise with this game actually, I just thought, oh, it's just bingo. But then when I flipped the cards over, on each card you get sentences, which is just one more step further into, learning words, sentences, reading, phonics, sounding it all out. So I thought that was quite a good one. It has been for us anyway. It's been a good little family game to play. And the 2 other new books that I've just purchased is this, I think, Elizabeth Trail Sounds Amazing. I've only read one of these, but they're like little poems, and obviously they play on the sound, so you've got A, and then you've got oo, you know, so you can read them through. Shrew's teeth were so few and not so very new. However, shrewd the old shrew grew. He knew with stew he had to chew. So it's that sound that then they're concentrating on. I thought that was quite good. But we've read one of these, so I can't really sum this book up. It looks lovely, I like it, but we'll see how Hazel goes with that one. And another one that I saw was this Mrs. Wordsmith's Reception in English for ages 4 to 5. And it says letters, sounds, phonics, vocab, handwriting and more. And I thought, crikey, that's a big thick book when that arrived. But in actual fact, it's not too bad because it's split up into different sections. You've got letters and sounds, you then got phonics, vocab, high frequency words, maths concepts and vocabulary, listening, speaking, creating. So, I mean, it does look, to me, it looks a bit scary as a thick book. I don't like thick books generally. It looks like a lot of work, but if you're just to take a page, actually, a page would be absolutely fine to, you know, practice the letter A, and then a bit further along, so you've got all the alphabet so you can practice in there, and then in another section, oh yeah, we're moving on to like level 1, right ant, you know, we're adding in words here and sounds. And that's it, that's what we're currently using for phonics. If you want to, I'd love to hear anybody else's ideas that they've, yeah? That's your favourite? Do you know why? Why is it your favourite? Because it's got chickens on it. Oh wow, fantastic. This is Hazel, by the way. Do you want to say hello to the camera? Hello, she's got a little bit of a cold. She's our eldest and she's our 4-year-old that I'm talking about. And Hazel has been doing phonics. We've started to do phonics, haven't we? That's exactly how I feel about it as well. So I would just like to say, if, yeah, we're at the end. That's when you're at the end you get a nice certificate. Okay. So it would be really cool for me if anybody else has found anything that's been really useful for learning phonics or teaching phonics or aiding to learn phonics, whatever you want to call it, for your children. Please let me know, because phonics isn't our strong point. Not at the moment, it's not. It's definitely not my strong point. We're very into numbers at the moment. We like numbers and counting. So we are literally... And chickens. And we're literally at the beginning.
And a tooth.
What? We're literally at the beginning of our phonics journey. And eyes.
And glasses.
Mommy glasses. You're funny. Yeah, so if anybody wants to leave any comments that they've got that can maybe help aid learning phonics or what they've used, that would be great. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Can you do a thumbs up? Woohoo! And I'll maybe go over what we're doing and using for maths and stuff like that, or numbers next time if you want. Let me know. We'll see you next time. Bye! Want to give them a wave?